Philip Westfall, a man who found himself in a rather unfortunate situation, had a fateful encounter in December 2020. Sitting behind the wheel, Philip was completely unaware of his surroundings due to his inebriated state after consuming several alcoholic beverages. Oblivious to a red traffic light, he recklessly zoomed past it at a staggering speed of 92 miles per hour. Tragically, this reckless act resulted in a collision between his 2018 Chevy Tahoe and another vehicle, a Chevy Equinox. The driver of the Equinox, Michael McCoy, sadly lost his life in the accident. Feeling deep shame and remorse,
Judge, I just want to let you know that I'm not the guy that let this accident happen and made those decisions.
Ashamed, Philip pleaded guilty and wanted to prove that it was not his normal self. But mercy is hard on loved ones.
Philip admitted his guilt and sought to demonstrate that his actions were out of character. However, the concept of mercy proved difficult to grasp for those who held affection for Michael McCoy. In the courtroom, the victim's father, overwhelmed by grief, expressed his anguish and lack of sympathy for Philip's plea. The case brought about a division in opinion, splitting the judgment into three factions. The prosecution pushed for a harsh prison sentence of 18 years, while the defense argued for a more lenient punishment of 4 years. Yet, even in the face of such a significant disparity, the Honorable Tampa Judge, Mark Kaiser, remained steadfast and imposed a 15-year prison sentence along with an additional 5 years of probation. In January 2018, Jeffrey Levy found himself facing a grim fate as a result of his actions behind the wheel. In a San Diego courtroom, Jeffrey, a remorseful figure, offered his apologies in a last-ditch attempt to escape the inevitable,
very serious mistakes with detrimental consequences,
a prison sentence. However, his regretful tone failed to sway the judgment against him. It was on that fateful day when Jeffrey, heavily intoxicated, decided to take his Mustang on a reckless drive, exceeding speeds of 100 miles per hour. His irresponsible decision had dire consequences as he collided with a Corolla, triggering a chain reaction that caused the Corolla to burst into flames upon impact with another SUV. This calamity resulted in the tragic deaths of two young individuals, Isaac Felix and Jesus Dominguez. Moreover, Giovanni Dominguez and a police officer also suffered injuries in the aftermath. In his defense, Jeffrey admitted to being an alcoholic who had relapsed.
I made very serious mistakes with detrimental consequences. I relapsed. I think of Jesus, Isaac, Giovanna, and their friends and family every day. I wish and pray that I could do or say something to change what's happened, but I can't. And I have to live with that forever.
Acknowledging the severity of his grievous errors and the devastating consequences they brought upon innocent lives, he expressed his profound remorse, confessing that thoughts of Jesus, Isaac, Giovanni, and other loved ones haunted him every single day.
Serious mistakes with detrimental consequences.
An apology in court and a regretful tone did not save this drunk driver, Jeffrey Levi, from his fate behind bars.
He fervently wished and prayed for the power to alter the past, but the weight of his irreversible actions would forever burden him. Despite his heartfelt apology, it proved insufficient to mitigate the gravity of the situation. The judge, recognizing the need to protect society from the potential dangers of Jeffrey's drunken path,
but he also injured Giovanna Dominguez and a police officer. With such a heavy weight on his conscience, he apologized intensively in court and to the judge, saying that he's an alcoholic who relapsed.
I made very serious mistakes with detrimental consequences. I relapsed. I think of Jesus, Isaac, Giovanna, and their friends and family every day. I wish and pray that I could do or say something to change what's happened, but I can't. And I have to live with that forever.
Drunken path, handed down a sentence of 30 years behind bars. In a rather extraordinary turn of events, even in the face of manslaughter charges, Blake Coleman's apology possessed such profound power that it evoked sympathy from those who had suffered the most. Blake, driving with a blood alcohol level 3 times the legal limit, tragically collided with Dollar Chen, a mother of 3. However, Blake's heartfelt apology proved so impactful that it seemed to touch the hearts of the victim's family, leaving them in a forgiving state of mind. Blake expressed his remorse with such sincerity that it resonated deeply with those affected by the tragedy. The victim's family, despite their profound loss, found themselves empathizing with Blake's remorse and appeared to be open to forgiveness. Blake's words resonated as he conveyed his willingness to trade his own life if it meant they could have Donna back, even for a single moment. This unique case serves as a reminder that forgiveness, even in the face of immense pain, can offer a sense of peace.
If I could give my own life, I would just for you guys to have Donna back for 1 second.
Such a case teaches us that even in manslaughter, apologies can sometimes be so powerful that they make those who are hurt the most sympathizing. This was the case with Blake Talman, who was driving with 3 times the normal blood alcohol level when he struck mother of 3, Donna Chen, with his car. Blake gave such a heartfelt apology, though, that the victim's family sympathized with him and even seemed to be in a forgiving mood.
Even for a single moment. This unique case serves as a reminder that forgiveness, even in the face of immense pain, can offer a sense of peace. It exemplifies the remarkable capacity of forgiveness to heal wounds, even when it seems unimaginable. Cameron Herron found himself in a grave predicament that unfolded as a consequence of his insatiable need for speed. In a rather unorthodox celebration of his graduation, Cameron chose to engage in a highly unlawful activity, street racing. However, the outcome of this adrenaline-fueled endeavor was far from celebratory. Tragically, the race concluded with the loss of Jessica Reisinger Rabinault, a young woman of only 24 years, and her toddler. The grief-stricken family of the victim.
Cameron was celebrating graduation in a criminally unusual way. A street race that, instead of ending with candles, ended with the death of a 24-year-old, Jessica Reisinger Rabinault, and her toddler. But the judge sentenced him to 24 years on 2 counts of vehicular manslaughter, 1 count of 9 years and another of 15. Such is the result of extreme.
Consumed by anger and sorrow, sought justice for their devastating loss. They passionately implored the court for a harsh punishment, advocating for Cameron to be sentenced to a full 30 years of imprisonment. However, when the final judgment was rendered, Cameron was found guilty on 2 counts of vehicular manslaughter. The sentencing delivered by the judge fell slightly short of the family's impassioned request. Cameron was consequently sentenced to 24 years behind bars, with 1 count carrying a sentence of 9 years and the other count carrying a sentence of 15 years. This verdict underscored the gravity of the consequences resulting from Cameron's extreme pursuit of thrills. His reckless actions not only cost the lives of innocent individuals, but also left an indelible impact on the grieving family. The case of Cameron Herron serves as a stark reminder of the perils associated with succumbing to the allure of dangerous speed. It stands as a sobering lesson, emphasizing the tragic outcomes that can arise from engaging in such reckless behavior.